When I cross over. When I cross over, I see ankles sliding, babies crying as I go to the basket for two. You should lay in your casket so I can make a basket, because right now I'm cooking, so you better watch out before I cook you. When I cross over, I love to add some sauce and cheese to end it, and to make it special. When I cross over, you should get out the way so you don't delay, or else you're gonna pay. When I cross over, my ball floats, flies, and glides in midair. You shouldn't dare to stare. It's too much for you to bear. So hold on and get out of there. Good afternoon, Dr. Jewell, Mrs. Lyons, faculty, staff, and my fellow students. Ever since kindergarten, I took pleasure in writing and public speaking. One of my passions for writing branched off into poetry. The poem that I just read was written by me in 4th grade. I would say that poetry is essential to my upbringing, and it is a way for me to express myself. Once I feel the pen in my hand, my ideas flow from my brain to my fingertips and then onto the paper. Poetry opens up a whole new door for me in which my emotions are regurgitated onto a piece of paper and my mindset is in a place of serenity. Poetry isn't the only thing that makes me feel at peace. Every time I step onto the hardwood basketball court and bounce the ball on the floor, I also feel at peace. What motivates me is that I'm always striving to achieve something new in the game. I would easily say that I'm goal-oriented, and that's what perpetuates my love for the game. Because of this, I dedicate my life to my passions. Even though there might be slight modifications to what I'm passionate about, it will never change the pertinacious person I am today. When it was my first year playing basketball on a team, we were in the semifinals down by 1 point with roughly 10.7 seconds left on the clock. My teammate inbounded the sweaty ball in my hands. I could hear my heart screaming in my chest despite the loud noises coming from the crowd. I jogged the ball up the court. 7 seconds! I shifted my whole body to the left and then crossed the ball to the right. 5! I saw that I was being double teamed, but I split the double and ended up at the right elbow. 3! I briefly glanced at the mahogany wood tile floor and heaved the ball towards the basket. 2, 1, and the buzzer went off. The ball was still on the rim, swiveling like it was in a toilet bowl, and then, swish, it went inside the basket smoothly. All I remember was the screaming of the crowd, and I was being carried by all my teammates and coaches. This story is very important to me. This was my first and last year playing basketball before COVID occurred. During COVID, my love for basketball really changed. Rather, I wasn't as dedicated to it as I was beforehand. Instead, I indulged in other activities. I've learned that it is possible to lose interest in your passions, and I slowly came to the realization that my passion for basketball was slipping away. I knew that basketball was something that I loved. I remembered that I had goals to accomplish in that sport. I knew that I wanted to get into Duke and play basketball there. I needed basketball in my life because it was an outlet for me. So I bounced back and regained my footing. I received personal training, put in months of work, and I slowly reacquired my skill set. When you question yourselves and ask, why are we even doing this? Always remember what made you fall in love with your passion in the first place, and remind yourself of the long-term goal you want to achieve. Because of my Christian faith, I learned that praying your way into becoming a better person doesn't actually work. Hard work does that. The importance of prayer comes from intention. When I came out from playing basketball after 2 years, I was confident and eager to play my first game. My first basketball game was with Buckley. We did very well and only lost 2 games. I felt that I was a very crucial member of that team. To show who really stood out that season, there was a winter award ceremony. I woke up that morning expecting to come home with a big smile on my face, saying I won MVP. That's what I was most excited about. During the assembly, 7th and 8th graders received awards for the given teams. Then it was my turn. I knew I showed a lot of grit, especially with my trainer, Coach Mike. I stood up and walked to the front of the Cronin gym with my fellow teammates. I waited eagerly to hear my name, and then MVP award was announced. I could hear the whispers in the gym and others staring at me. I had a feeling my name was going to be called until I heard, "This child always wanted to announce the scores at lunch." My heart broke into a million pieces. Instantaneously, my expression changed, and the smile on my face faded. But I knew better than to dwell on the past. That's why, after that moment, I knew I would work even harder in basketball so I could become even better. In some ways, I was grateful for this humbling experience. I knew I should use this as an opportunity to motivate myself. When you feel that you've worked hard on something and you go unnoticed, you should remember that God sees everything you do. You either win or you learn, and God has a plan. The most important thing is to always remember to enjoy what you do and pray. At the end of the day, I was elated to be able to play basketball on a team again, and it was thanks to God. Even though I didn't win, I still took pleasure in what I was doing. I was thankful that God enabled me to participate in the basketball season, and my parents assisted me by taking me to all my games and practices. They were always there to encourage me after I had a rough game, and they motivated me to push myself to my limit. Overall, things in life happen for reasons unbeknownst to us, but that shouldn't change your love for what you do. Our ambitions in life are very important. You are all put on this earth for a reason. We need to find and fulfill our purpose in life. That is why you should show grit for the passions that you truly care about, all while you are enjoying yourself. A passion alone is merely a wish. If you're passionate about something, you'll show tenacity. You'll be willing to endure for what you have faith in. Just saying you want to achieve something and not working toward it at all is just wishful thinking. Praying and working hard will produce good results. You all will be able to achieve great things if you push your minds to it. Take these wise words with you by Walt Disney. All your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. Thank you.